Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. We have got so much to get through today. Like I asked in my Sat chat, would you like to see a review preview? I think this might turn into an annual thing because it seems like once a year I get overwhelmed, I get behind. This fall has been very trying and I've fallen behind. So I decided to ask folks on Sat Chat, should I do a video, a review preview, let people see what I have in store for upcoming reviews and let you vote on what you want to see first, and people love that idea. So that's what this video is going to be. If that's not your cup of tea, you can skip it. But if you want to have some input on what I'll be reviewing over the next few weeks and months on my channel, please watch and let me know what you're most interested in the comments below, and that's how I will prioritize my reviews. So, in no particular order, because seriously, man, there's so much. I'm going to start off with the top of the pile. Right here, I have Supervision Watercolors set of 48. I'm just going to pop this open. I kind of debated, it's like, do I want to open any of these things or just show the box? But you know what? I think I'm going to open some of these because that's a little bit more interesting. I have no idea how long this video is going to be. Maybe you'll put it on while you're doing some art projects, doing some Christmas wrapping, whatever. Let's take a look. 48 artist watercolors. Now, I like Supervision watercolors. I have used some of their layering paints. These are pretty good sized tubes, actually. How big are these? 8 milliliters, 0.3 fluid ounces. All right, so we've got 48 superior watercolors. That's going to take a little bit of time, but I like their packaging. I like their paints. I've purchased some of their paints, some of the regular paints, very affordably on Amazon, and I've been sent some of their layering paints, which are also really nice. So we'll see. There we go. Supervision watercolor set of 48 tubes. Next up, we have, this is by request. I've had several viewers request this. They're getting really popular on YouTube. Solid tempera paint sticks. I will leave this one sealed up just because we can see through the cover here. I hemmed and hawed whether I wanted to buy just a smaller classic set or what, but I decided that I'd go ahead, get the full set of colors, and that way I can swatch them out based on their smaller sets, and then if people are kind of curious of what's in what set, that would just be a little bit more useful, so they don't have to go buy the 60 color set if there's colors in there they aren't going to use. I bought this at Blick, and yeah, I'm really curious about these. I've been curious about these for a few years, and just recently I've been getting a lot of review requests for this product. So, yeah, that's one right here. Quick Sticks. They seem to be the most popular brand, and they were available both on Amazon and Blick for the same price. So, I figured that would be a good place to start rather than going with kind of like a white label brand. I tried to find the more, I don't want to say legit, but I guess, yeah, legit brand. Next up, we have a new product. This is the Arctic set of 72 watercolor pencils. Now, I did open these up and swatch them out, and I'm pretty impressed with the color payout of these, and I always love innovative packaging, and I really liked the Arctic's colored pencils, which are really soft, almost like a Prismacolor. Not quite as pigmented, but almost as soft as a Prismacolor. Comes with a really sweet little brush here. Anyway, I'll show you the swatch of these. So compact. I love it when the storage, the packaging is actually storage you don't throw away. But there's the color gamut. I think it's really pretty. I love that mustard green color. But yeah, this will be interesting to compare to other brands and see if it's just the same thing as some of the other decent watercolor pencils we've seen from different companies recently. But that's one I'm kind of curious about. They actually sent a sketchbook as well with this, and I will show you that. I want to be careful not to damage that brush. The sketchbook has that same kind of pretty, almost like a Moroccan tile pattern on it. And what I really liked about this is that I do believe it's cotton. Yes, 100% cotton. But it's I like the size, and it's got these micro perforations on the side, and I thought I could take rubber stamps and I could stamp on this, and I could color it with watercolor pencils, maybe even do a little bit more collage stamping on top. Then I could tear it out and put it on a card, like a greeting card, and I thought that would be just like the perfect size for card makers. And I've been getting a lot of requests for doing more card tutorials. I've gotten kind of behind on that. There's 20 pages in here, so yeah, these come in a 2-pack for around 20 bucks. I will put links in the video description. I know that like Arctic's and Paul Rubens, they're all subsidiaries of the same parent company. They tend to run good Black Friday sales, so I wanted to get these out too so people would know what's available. Speaking of Paul Rubens. I have the new Yulan watercolors. Now, I reviewed the 24 set when they first came out, and they have come out with a 48 set now, and I did a full review of the 24 set. So probably what I'll end up doing with this would be swatching out the entire thing, maybe on or off camera. If you have a preference, let me know. But I think I'll probably end up just doing a painting with these and see how the whole palette balances out and what I think. I've always been very pleased with Paul Rubens products. These are the new kid on the block, so they're probably going to be a little bit more expensive, but these are going to be on, I think, 20% off sale for Black Friday. I think their original set of 48 is pretty hard to beat, honestly. So and that set's been going down in price, I've noticed. You know, we'll compare it. We'll compare the set of 48 versus the old set of 48 to see if it's worth just getting the older set now that the price has gone down on it. But as always, beautiful packaging and good pricing from Paul Rubens. And the Paul Rubens were sent to me to review. Then I was at Artisan Craftsman Supply last weekend, and I wanted to make my own encaustic medium, my own encaustic paints, because I have lots of old oil paints. That's why I've been making oil paint sticks. I've been trying to think of different ways that I can use up a bunch of my older oil paints, because I really miss using oils. And I bought a little tin of the wax encaustic medium, and I also bought a bag of Damar resin, and I already have some white beeswax, and I bought a couple pigments that were actually half off on clearance because these natural versions of the iron oxide pigments are going to be discontinued. So I'm like, well, might as well grab them, and I can make my own watercolors or whatever type of paint, because you've got the pigments, make whatever you want. But I want to make my own cold wax medium and my own encaustic medium and encaustic paints, so that's what I got this for, and I just have them all just sitting here right now. I don't know. I definitely want to make it first, kind of like I did with the oil sticks before I filmed the tutorial, just to make sure everything works out well. I don't have any adverse effects, you know, rather than just kind of jump in and do it while I'm doing it. I don't know. Maybe I will. We'll see. But if you're interested, let me know. I have gotten some interest on that already. It's going to be a little bit more involved than a review video, I think. But anyway, this product here is the Zly Palet Scout, and I love tools like color tools and whatnot. But I've had kind of this one has not been that intuitive, like how it's designed to be used. But I do like the huge paint chips and the ability that you can just kind of fan everything out and just kind of pull colors together and make up your own color palettes that way. I think that's kind of cool. But I haven't really used it other than just to kind of play with colors and see what might look good together. Like, oh, that's a pretty combination. I like that effect of it. But I haven't been able to wrap my brain around the ways that they have put they have put in here in the brochures to use. I need to spend some time on it. I just haven't had the time to really spend some time and see how they intend on it being used. But if that's something that you're interested in, let me know. I can't remember what this goes for, but I'll put a link in the video description for you to check it out. I don't even dare to guess because I don't remember. But I've had this for a while, and I've had this since the summer, and I haven't had a chance to really review it, and it hasn't felt very what do I want to say? It hasn't felt very intuitive, but I think that's probably a me problem, not a product problem. I think it's just I haven't had the time to spend on this. But if that's something that you're interested in, let me know. I had to place an order at Joggles because I needed a part to another product that I will be reviewing soon. And while I was there, I picked up something that I've wanted ever since I heard about it, and that is the 9x12 gel plate. And the reason why I wanted this 9x12 size is because a lot of paper comes 9x12. A lot of your art paper comes 9x12, and that would give you a full bleed print. And also, I could use 8.5x11 cardstock and print all the way edge to edge. So I wanted to get that. I'm holding this away from me because I have these like big foam rollers in my hair because I washed my hair this morning, so I'm just trying to kind of save some time in the styling department. So if you catch a glimpse or a reflection of me right now, let me warn you, look away. You might turn to stone like Medusa. I'm a special sort of unkempt today. Clean though. But anyway, I picked up this. I thought this would be a lot of fun and very useful. And in the gel printing vein, which I want to do more gel printing. I don't do the gel printing in this room. I do it in the room of Horde because I got a big table and I'm not worried about making a mess. A viewer, Celine, actually sent me some deli paper they had this beautiful check on it. Now I'm probably not going to gel print on this. I plan on collaging with this on some canvas and then using oil sticks on top like I did with my fish and chips painting a month or two ago. So that's I kind of put it with the gel printing stuff just because it's kind of deli paper I tend to use for gel printing. I also bought some tea bag paper. And I bought this on Amazon because I wanted wet strength paper, but tissue paper, but I didn't want to buy a huge, like 480 sheet pack of it. And then the smaller packs on Amazon were kind of outrageous. So this is it's almost like a rice paper, but it's the material they make tea bags out of, I guess. Anyway, I bought this, I think it was like a 50 pack. And it was a pretty good price. More expensive per sheet than if you buy the humongous thing of wet strength tissue paper, but I think it's a little bit more durable. And I have not tried that yet, but I would like to try that. I will try it with jelly printing anyway. And on Joggles, they actually had 20 sheet packs of the wet strength tissue paper for a pretty reasonable price. It was like half the price, or you got twice as much as you would on Amazon. So I grabbed that. So I want to compare the wet strength tissue paper versus the tea bag paper versus a deli paper to see if it's really worth spending the extra money and importing some of the wet strength tissue paper. And I'm talking about the Carnival wet strength tissue paper, which is supposedly so much different than other brands. And it was Julie Faith and Balzer that kind of sent me down that rabbit hole thinking that I need to get that product. I probably don't, but I'm hoping that, this is sad, I'm hoping that when I try the wet strength tissue paper versus the deli paper versus the tea bag paper that I will not notice a marked difference and I can just use up the massive amount of deli paper I have, just plain white deli paper, but we shall see. And I also got a pack of the sketch paper. I think I got that at Blick, but it's just, it's what the artist Elizabeth St. Hilaire uses a lot. She's the one that designed that 9x12 jelly plate. And I really like her work. So and I think this would be fun for a collage. And, yeah, I've been influenced. I've been influenced by the influencers, and that's okay because I enjoy making fun stuff. And so here is why I made that order on Joggles. I needed this part right here. This is a hinge adapter for the Sizzix Studio. I was asked to review this product right here. It's the Sizzix Studio. It's this right here is the same as a previous product that Sizzix came out with. I think it was called like Stamp and Stencil or something like that, but they've rebranded it Sizzix Studio. And Craft Stash reached out to me and they said, we got this new product coming in. We think it will be right up your street since you love to do art journaling, sketchbooking, mostly sketchbooking, and since I have all the sketchbook products with them, the sketchbook floozy products, he said, I think you'd really enjoy this product because you do stencils for sketchbooking. And they asked me if I would be interested in reviewing it. And I didn't know what it was. I hadn't heard of it before because it's more of a card making thing. But I checked it out and I thought, you know what? Yeah, that would be fun, especially because you could stamp in your sketchbooks and art journal pages. And it comes with this adapter for using the stencils. It comes with a sticky grid, and it's basically like a stamp platform, but you could put the adapter in and then it'll raise it up so you can stamp right on your sketchbooks. And the sticky grid will hold it in place and all of that. So that's honestly one of the things that I want to review sooner rather than later. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about this. I haven't used it before. I don't really know that much about it, but they also sent me a couple stamp and stencil sets that go with it. So I figure I'll try with what they sent me. And then of course I did purchase this because, and I purchased it from Joggles just because I could get it. They're really close to me. They're like, you get it in a day or two when you order, because I'm in Maine and they're in New Jersey, I think. So it comes so quick. So that's why I ordered it there. And I'm not sure, like Amazon didn't have it either. And I'm not sure if Craft Stash has the adapter. They probably do if they're carrying this. But anyway, they sent it with, you can see the size of those stamp sets, with these sets have 3 stencils and a stamp set. And the stencils have these registration holes where you push them into, you can push them into the machine and it will keep it lined up and keep it from moving while you're working. So is it a gimmick? Is it the best thing since sliced bread? I don't know. I aim to find out. And if that's something you're curious about and want to see it reviewed first, let me know. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. The stacks are unreal. This is another thing. This is something that actually I was trying to come up with something with Craft Stash, a artist bridge. It could go over our sketchbook, so if we're doing, or our paper, if we're doing oil pastels or soft pastels or something where we don't want to smudge our hands in. This is one that they've sent me to review, and they're going to be carrying it as part of their regular offerings at Craft Stash. And I'm just see if it's sturdy enough to meet the demands of artist pastel artist. I don't think it's gonna break, and I don't think it's gonna push down enough to touch the paper. I haven't taken off the acrylic coating, you know, to make it all pretty and clear, but that's something also that I want to try and see if I like it, see if I think that's really useful. Oh my, oh, this I actually already did review, not really review, but I did a couple projects with this already, the Ohuhu paper friendly markers. I'll put a link to that video in the video description, so you can check that out if you're curious about these. Bottom line is they are much better at not tearing the paper compared to the older Ohuhu water-based markers, but they're not like, I think they're equivalent to like a Tombow or a Memento marker, but I don't think they're better than a Tombow or Memento marker. So just to kind of put that out there, if you're looking for a budget-friendly Tombow alternative, these do not wash out with water as much as Tombows do. They're honestly very similar in performance to a Memento marker. If you've ever used the Mementos, these are what these are most like. So I've already done a couple videos on those. They were still in the stack. I need to put them away. But anyway, I'll link to that video so you can check that out if you're curious. Here we have, and I've used these once, the Marie's Soft Pastels, but I really feel like I need to review them because what I used them on was not paper that I typically use, and it was not a type of project that I would typically do. It was the video I did about combining stickers and in a sketchbook with pastels. But these are the Marie's Pastels. They are from Lightwish, and there's a lot of colors in here. They're semi-firm. They kind of remind me of the old Winsor & Newton soft pastels, kind of that density. And it's a really pretty arrangement. I don't know if Marie's makes these or if they're a white labeled product or what, but they perform pretty well, but I can't really give too much information on them yet because I just used them in that one time, in that one case, and I haven't put them through their paces. So if that's something you want to see reviewed, they're pretty affordable. As far as the soft pastel goes, there is, I believe there's pigment information too. I think I saw pigment information on there. Let's take a quick peek. See if I can read it with my progressives on. Oh, maybe not. Or maybe it's available, just not on the stick. I'm not sure. But if you're curious about that, you can let me know, and I can bump it up or bump it down in the priority list. But pretty packaging, and yeah, they work fine. They work fine. Oh, this next one is actually something I've had since the summer, and I just haven't had a chance to really dig in. But these are the Woomer 72 color pencils, and the thing that intrigued me about this, because Woomer asked me if I would consider reviewing these, is that they actually did, it says good light fastness. I mean, big deal. A lot of pencils will say that, but they actually provided me with the testing in the swatches before and after they went through the photometer, and they actually perform pretty well, most colors. Now, I don't know if they're going to perform better than other budget pencils because most of the other budget pencils don't go through the ability of, or the I don't know, the process of having that light fast testing. So, you know, that's kind of, it's kind of hard to say whether they are much better or if they've just gone through the testing. So that's what they look like. They're very soft. They remind me a lot of the Artex pencil, actually, how they feel softness wise. And I swatched them out, actually. Let me see. I have them in here, I think. I think that's why that sketchbook is sitting here. Right here. I swatched them out here. They all sharpened well. There's light, fast, and testing info, but I need to refamiliarize myself with them because I just used them a little bit, and yeah, nothing conclusive. I need to, they need time. Color pencil reviews take a long time. So if that's something you were really interested in, let me know. The packaging, I like the orange tin, but the trays are nothing to write home about. But they seem like a good pencil, and they're not like, they have a very little smell. They just smell like colored pencils. They smell like that wax, you know? But that is the Woomer color pencils, and yeah, let me know. Let me know. I don't know. I'm just so so overwhelmed at this point. Oh, this one is one I'm very excited for. My friend Ophelia sent me these. She has a beautiful YouTube channel. She does the most gorgeous abstracts and acrylics. They remind me of like whimsical cityscapes, and I will link to her YouTube channel so you can check her out. She has a beautiful Instagram page too. But she sent me these, the Soho Urban Artist Water Soluble Oil Sticks, and I am very excited to try these out because I have been making my own oil sticks and really enjoying them, and I don't know how they're making water soluble ones, but I'm very intrigued. And I think these might be the same as the Phoenix water soluble oil sticks. Those are the only two brands that I've ever seen, and they look very similar. So let me know if this is high on your priority list, because honestly it's pretty high on mine. I can't wait to dig into those, and I haven't because, well, if you've followed the channel, you know my father's been sick and I've been going down to visit him whenever I can, so the reviews have taken a back seat. Everything's taken a back seat. So if you're wondering why things have gotten so out of hand, that is one of the reasons. All right, so, the next thing, I'm actually going to walk to the other side of the room because I need both hands to lift this up. This is something that has been requested, and it's also something that the company reached out and asked me if I wanted to review, and then there's also some little mystery bonus things that go with it. Okay, this is a lot. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you the main thing, the main attraction. This is the Art Whale Artist's Gouache set of 42 colors, and it looks very much like the Anagani or the Himi sets that you've seen me review before, but the big difference is that Art Whale, or at least the big difference in the packaging, is that Art Whale has lids. Every one of their little jelly cups has a lid. And so you do have to go through peeling all of them off, but then you got like a little cap, so you don't have to worry about them drying out quite as easily, which is nice. And then it does have this foam cover, kind of like the Anagani and I think the Himi, to push the lids down to keep them from drying out. And all of the lids have little color-coded stickers to stick on them, so you'll know exactly what is in each color. So I like that idea. So what I'm thinking about doing with these actually is I have a bunch of ornaments, and my friend Sheila Landry from Sheila Landry Designs had sent me these gingerbread ornaments, and I think I'm going to try to see if I can paint them with gouache. They're wooden, but I think the gouache will be fine if I do a spray sealer on the end, and then I've got so much paint that I would get a chance to try out a lot of colors, and it would be kind of a nice way to use these, just to see if there's another way we can use this jelly gouache, because I think crafts like that, painting ornaments and stuff, that's a great way to get the kids involved, and then you don't have acrylic paint, you don't have to worry about stuff like staining your furniture, your table, you know, it's just a much more gentle product than acrylic paints. And then in the mail last week, I received these open stock containers. So they're selling all of their colors in 2-pack open stock cups, so that if you just want certain colors or you need to replace colors, you can do that. You just pop out the old one, pop in the new one. Now, to be fair, Himi and Anagani sell open stock for some of their colors. They sell a little pouch, but I know on Amazon anyway, only like the most popular colors, like the top 5 colors or 10 colors are available. So it looks like Art Whale is producing all of their colors in these 2-cup containers, and I can't remember exactly how much these are, but I think they were less money per ml. You get 100 mLs here, and I'm thinking it was under $10, and I think it's $10 for 100 ml of the Himi or the Anagani, but don't quote me on that. I have a lot of numbers swimming around in my brain right now. And then another thing that I received was these 9-color sets that if you don't want to have the big set, you can get these smaller sets. Now the printing on those are kind of not great, and I don't see swatches. I think these must just be meant for refilling, but it's the same idea. This one is a 9-color mix, which has a variety of metallic and regular colors. And unfortunately, the printing has wiped off on those. And I did see these on Amazon already. And this one is basic colors. Let's just slide that open. Let's see if that one is a little bit... I don't know if that one had... I can't remember if that had plastic wrap on it or not. It probably did. I probably just dug into it. These are the basic colors, probably the colors that you'd be more likely to use up. But yeah, just a nice way to replenish or try a smaller variety of colors. If you're curious, I wonder if the colors are printed on the back. Oh, it tells you these are the different sets of 9 they offer. If you want to pause, or you know what, I'll put a link in the video description. You can just click to the Art Whale gouache offerings and see if any of those are anything you're interested in. But Art Whale gouache, I know this is also a popular one, so just let me know if that's what you want me to feature first. I'm going to take out a pad of paper probably a few days after this video goes up, and I'm just going to write down all these products, and I'm going to put like little check marks for every time somebody mentions them. So I would just say put your top 3 in a comment, or if you're only interested in one, just put that one in there, and I will prioritize that one. All right, this is kind of, I would have to add this with something else, I think, but Zly sent me this glitter pen pixie dust thing, and I reviewed, they have a line of colored pencils, but they sent me the primaries. It was probably like last summer or last winter, I can't remember. I probably didn't get around to it till last summer. Maybe it was a year, I don't even know what is time. It was probably last year. It was probably almost a year and a half ago. And I had the primary color pencils with 3 pencils, and they were great. And then they sent me this glitter pen. It's just got a little fine tip applicator glitter pen there. And it has like this little wand that looks like a lipstick, like a lip gloss applicator that you can spread it around with. So it's supposed to go over your colored pencil artwork, I guess. So it's probably supposed to stick to colored pencil, waxy things. So that would obviously have to go with something else because, you know, I can just do a video on that by itself. But there's that. And here I have some things that are a little, I don't know. Are they unusual? I don't even know. I'm just kind of like second guessing myself. It's like, in what order have I... I'm kind of worried that because I started this video twice because the furnace came on and I decided to just go shut it off. But anyway, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if hopefully I haven't missed anything. If not, I'll have to just put an addendum at the end. I have a couple of interesting products here. This first one here is by Superior. I like Superior stuff because it's very affordable for the quality that you get, and they make a lot of products for other companies. And I'm pretty sure that these woodless watercolor pencils we've seen before from Altenew and Artisan and other brands. But the neat thing about this set here is that actually every pencil has a paintbrush, and that paintbrush has a little cap on it. I haven't tried these yet, so they still have sizing in them. But then you could take them off and you could replace them with other watercolor, woodless watercolor, or even just regular watercolor pencils that you might have. And I thought that was really novel and really cute, and I love the packaging this comes in. And it's cheap. It's like, for all these colors, it's like $25. I know there's often coupons for it, and it's sold through Lightwish on Amazon. And I just thought the case was neat, the assortment of colors was neat, and if these are what I think they are, the same quality as what I've used before for woodless watercolor pencils, I think it's going to be a pretty nifty little gift type product, and I'm really excited about trying that. And then these, which I think might be the same pencils, are the woodless watercolor pencils from Karst. Now, I had never heard of Karst before, but they reached out to me, and I'm just trying to see where. Certified B Corporation. It's not saying where these are made, is it? Maybe on the insert? I'm not seeing where these are made, but there is like I could probably take off this wrapping maybe. Yeah, it looks like this wrapping does not need to stay on there, but I'm not going to take that apart right now. I might do it when I do the review to see if there's a country of origin. But anyway, it's a beautiful foam insert packaging here. Woodless watercolor pencils. I don't like that there's not a country of origin on there that I can see. That's kind of sus, quite frankly. But actually, the reason why Karst reached out to me is because they make a stone watercolor or stone mixed media paper, sketch pad. You can apparently use markers, you can use the woodless watercolor pencils, you can use all kinds of stuff on it. Made from recycled stone, whatever that means. I'll have to do a little research. But it's different. It's new. I have used stone paper before, and it kind of gave me a little bit of a heebie-jeebie type feeling to it. It's the texture of it. but I'm willing to give it another try. It was a different brand, and we're going to give it a try at some point. So let me know if that is one of your top wishes for me to review. Now I've got a few things that I personally purchased. This I've wanted for a while, and I do intend actually on doing a oil pastel class, and I treated myself to the full line of the Kendos Neop pastels. Part of the reason was because I bought probably 10 open stock ones last winter, and I loved them. And I was just going to buy the remainder open stock ones on Blick on sale because they were the same price, whether you bought a set or you bought them open stock. But I noticed the open stock prices have jacked up, and the sets had not yet, but Blick was way cheaper than by like 50 or 60 bucks cheaper than other sites. So I'm like, oh, I bet the price is going up on these. So I decided to snag them, and I haven't reviewed them because I only had a handful of them. I really like them, and I used them in some projects. I used them in my color pencil class actually, and yeah, I snagged them. I like the firmness and the opacity of these. Yeah, I couldn't resist. And then I'm like, if the price goes up and I didn't get them, I knew I would really regret it. And yeah, so I snagged those for myself. No regrets. And then these I picked up in France, and I also bought some pigments at this place called the Artisan Pastels, and I did a video on using the pigments, but I have not used the pastels yet, other than swatching them off in the store. So how shameful is that? So let me know if you're looking for, I could probably use those with the Marie's pastels too, so I could get a little, maybe I'll just do a tutorial with them, with both of the pastel sets. That would make sense. Do the tutorial with both of them together, and then we could talk about how they differ from other brands. Maybe I'll just get out all my pastels and do a project and use a bunch of different kinds so I can kind of compare and contrast, and that would make more sense probably, because that's how we do, isn't it how we do? We get our pastels, at least how I do. I'll get pastels and I integrate them in my pastel drawers with my other pastels. I sort them by color so I have more variety. And you want to know if something's harder or softer, or something's going to work with it or going to work against it, you know. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. And speaking of pastels, I got some pastel paper here. The mixed media Lart Pastel. The original Lart Pastel paper from Sennelier was not suitable for water. This one is, and it feels like pastel matte. And as I recall, it was quite a bit cheaper than pastel matte. Let me see if the price... Oh, it must have been on the outer sleeve. I bought this in... Was it in Albi? I bought it in France, and I thought the price was pretty nice. And I love how all their taxes like included in the price, so there's no surprise when you go to the cash register. You can like tally it up in your head and give them euros, and there's like no conversion, no adding on. I love it. I wish America would get on board with that. But we all have different tax rates in every single state, so I can see why that doesn't work. But yeah, beautiful paper. I got this just kind of neutral tone pack, and I'm looking forward to using that. And I don't know why I haven't yet. Just busy, I guess. You're probably thinking, Lindsay, you need to calm down and stop letting more things come into your studio. I also got the Paint On Mixed Media paper by Fontaine because I don't see Fontaine paper much in the States. I don't know who's stocking it because I don't seem to run across it very much. And people will recommend it from other countries. People from Europe will be like, oh, I used Fontaine, it worked great. And it's like, oh, I never see that paper. And I thought I'd grab this pad of different colors and mixed media so I'd have a little more option with what I could use with it. And yeah, and I also snagged this in France. It was 15 euros 90, and it was a set of 24 oil pastels from Vango. I bought one open stock oil pastel from Vango, and I couldn't really tell much about that just with one color, so I thought why not? I'll get this little multi-pack and see. And it was cheaper than it was here in the States, so I figured, why not? When in France, buy some pastels. Buy some Dutch pastels when you're in France, right? Isn't that what they're from? Oh gosh, the Netherlands. Yep, they're from the Netherlands. Like there's my souvenir from France. I got some pastels made in the Netherlands. Oh, goodness gracious. So what else do we have? I don't know if I've missed things. Hopefully not. So this is kind of an interesting little thing. This is another YouTuber has a watercolor palette with Daniel Smith. Ashley Hawks. She does pet portraits, and she sent me some dot cards, and I thought that it might be kind of fun to see how much, actually you can see this better here. I thought it might be kind of fun to see, can we do a painting with a dot card? And play with that. And she also sent me a sample of paper, and she sent me a Daniel Smith watercolor stick, which I thought was really sweet of her. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, I thought that might be kind of fun. I've got some extra little dot cards here. I might do a giveaway, or I might do an in-person giveaway, because I do have some in-person classes coming up. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, that's her line that she's got, or her custom palette. I don't know how that works, if you can buy like the palette, Ashley Hawks portrait palette. I'm not sure, because I know that Daniel Smith does these custom dot cards with different artists. I'm not sure if like you can go to Blick and buy the Ashley Hawks palette already put together, or if you buy the dot card and then you swatch it out and then you pick and choose from what you want. I'm not exactly sure how that works. I have some Daniel Smith colors, not a ton, but I've been pleased with the things that I've purchased and received from Daniel Smith, not from Daniel Smith, that people have shared with me, or stuff that I bought myself. But yeah, I've been pleased with the quality of the paint. So I'm really, I'm kind of curious to try her custom palette. I always think it's kind of fun to try palettes that other people have put together, because then you kind of see what other people like. And speaking of that, I've got this wonderful gift from a viewer, Paula. Now, she had some of the old version of the discontinued Quin Gold from Daniel Smith, and she has a tube of the new stuff. And she said, I'd really like to see what you think of the old versus the new Quin Gold, and if you do a comparison. She said, because I'm not sure if I'm really appreciating the old versus the new with, like, on my, you know, the way that I'm using it. And so I said, sure, I don't have either. But she said, I'll make you up a half pan of it and see what you think. And I said, sure, I'd be happy to compare them and see what I think. And she asked if there was any other Daniel Smith colors that I wanted. And I said, I don't have Moonglow or Serpentine. I'd love to try, or yeah, no, Cascade Green. Cascade Green or Moonglow would be fun to try too. And she made me this entire palette of Daniel Smith Permatech colors, which was so above and beyond and so kind and generous, and just the time and work that went into pouring these, drying them down, and then making the chart was just unreal. I'm so grateful, because how fun is that to be able to try out these colors and not have to do the work of putting a palette together myself. Thank you so much, Paula, and I will be comparing the Quin Golds to see what I think of the new versus old. I know there are real huge devotees to the old Quin Gold color, and when I heard it was discontinuing, I could have bought some of the paint before it was gone, but I'm like, I don't want to get addicted to this beautiful paint and then not be able to get it. Especially since I teach tutorials online, I don't want to be relying on a color that is difficult or expensive to get, or you can't get anymore. So I just kind of put it out of my mind. But I have had people ask me what I think of the new versus old, and I honestly can't tell them, because I hadn't used either. Quin Gold was never a color I really relied on, although at the Holbein workshop last weekend, we used Quin Gold, and I'm like, ooh, I really like the Holbein Quin Gold. So maybe I'll test the Holbein Quin Gold next to this too, because I was really blown away with the Holbein Quin Gold, honestly. So that's something that I'm looking forward to trying, and if that's something you want to see sooner rather than later, let me know. Let me know. And then another sweet viewer sent me a little treat, and I'm going to show you that. So this was from a student of mine, Laura. She picked up the Mello Turmaline watercolors, and they are a new offering by Mello. So Mello is the company that makes Mission Gold, among other paints. And she made a palette for me of the Turmaline colors. And look at the color. She even made me a swatch card that she laminated, which again, above and beyond, you did so much of my work for me. The fact that these palettes are made up, it really saves a lot of time in the review process. So, I mean, look at some of these gorgeous combinations. Now, obviously, when you're using these color separating watercolors, bigger, wetter swatches will show more effects. But look, even with these smaller swatches, you can still see the color separation and how gorgeous they are. So I'm very excited to give these a try as well. And she made this beautiful little palette. How sweet is that? I don't know where people find some of these palettes. This one has like a little magnet or metal sheet in there. So cute. Love it. And this palette, I think, did you say it was, I'm going to tell you what this palette is. F Club Watercolor Art Supply Watercolor Palette. I assume these are probably found on Amazon because I have heard of the F Club brand before. So if you're looking for that, it's got this little sleeve. I think I would keep the sleeve. I don't think it's meant that you have to keep the sleeve because it does seem to shut, but oh look, it reminds me of like the Patronus, Harry Potter Patronus thing there. It latches pretty well actually. It seems to be closing by, there's a little catch there, but it feels like it's closing by magnet. I don't know. But you do have the sleeve there if you want that little extra security. I'm just going to put that watercolor strip back in there because there's probably a reason why that's in there. Probably to keep them from sliding. Maybe if they get tumbled around. But yeah, that's really cute. And then she also sent this really darling little palette. And it's a swivel palette. I have seen this one on Amazon. This comes out so you can put a travel brush in there. The little foam thing. And she said she thinks this tray comes out, but she didn't want to break it, and I think it's just fine right there. But isn't that cute? Swivels around. I don't know. I'm a sucker for little palettes, and she knows it. So thank you so much, Laura. That was very kind of you and so generous and unexpected. And then there's also this special kind of sponge that she sent, high volume absorbency sponge for watercolor painting. And I'll be curious to try that out too, because you know the little sponges that come in a lot of our travel palettes, they're not that absorbent, you know, they're for cleaning your brush off between colors. They're not very absorbent, but this is supposed to be super absorbent. Sometimes I use those compressed towels that you can get, like compressed washcloths you can get for camping. Sometimes I'll use those for dabbing my brush on, but yeah, I'm very, very excited for these bespoke palettes here to play with those. It's fun too when like an artist puts together something. It just is a little more special. And yeah. Okay, so the one thing I'm kind of wondering, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure I shared it, but in case I didn't, I'm just going to bring it back in front of the camera because I'm telling you my brain is a little fried. I'm not going to lie. And I'm just going to do my best to get through these products. But did I show you this? Did I show you the solid tempera paint? I can't remember, honestly. But yeah, I just picked these up on at Blick. I was actually doing some Christmas shopping and getting something for a family member who I spied looking at something in a store, and I thought, haha, I'm buying that for them for Christmas. But anyway, I grabbed this because a lot of people had asked me about these solid tempera sticks. I was curious too, and I decided to just go whole hog and buy this big set. And I'm pretty sure I showed you this first thing, but I'm not even sure anymore. But anyway, please leave a comment stating what you want to see in priority, like most interested in to just to top three. Let's keep it easy. Top 3 things you want to see me review. Put it in a comment, and then I will go through and I will tally up the votes, and that will help inform what I film next. Thank you so much for your patience if you've been waiting for any of these products to be reviewed. And thank you so much for helping me sort through this and prioritize, because my brain needs some organization, and I just am so thankful that you will help me with that. At least the people that watch SatChat will, because they told me they wanted this. Anyway, thank you. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this type of video. I'll put links to all of these in the video description. And if I've done a video or if I've referenced somebody else's YouTube channel, I will link that as well. Thanks, guys. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.